G'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to this FIFA 23 Arsenal Career Mode series. This is episode 32 and the season 2 finale episode. Make sure to drop a like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy. It really helps me out. Make sure to check out the previous episodes to see how we got here. And as you see by the table, it all comes down to this last match. We have to play Liverpool at Anfield. We win the league, we go back to back. Lose or draw and we finish second in the table. And we're going to be kicking ourselves for really stumbling this back half of the season. As you see, a lot of losses last month, being eliminated in the Champions League, the FA Cup, and now possibly losing out on the Premier League trophy as well. You see the lineups there. We're missing our captain Odegaard, but besides that, our starting lineup is there to play. And you see Liverpool's team is looking quite good. They brought in the likes of De Jong, Militao in centre back. And they're a very dangerous team, as why they're winning the league at the moment. 85 points to our 82. It's going to be a very tough game at Anfield. It's going to be just imagine the atmosphere if this was in real life. This would be insane. Milinkovic-Savic is playing in the Odegaard role. And then we have Bellingham as the other centre midfielder with Declan Rice at CDM. But yeah, hoping to get the win, obviously. Want to win a Premier League trophy. It'll go along nicely with our one from last year and our Carabao Cup from this year. So at least we did win a trophy this season if we don't win the Premier League. But we're going to need a big performance today if we are going to lift that Premier League trophy. Let me know your predictions down in the comments. Obviously, don't skip ahead. Don't cheat. But let me know what you think. But yeah, starting off here, just going to pass it around the back. And I'm going to be not playing the whole game through the video, but mostly a lot of the highlights. And it's going to be Liverpool, Salah to Nunez, back to Salah, through to De Jong, and De Jong's going to shoot and score. And it's the perfect start for Liverpool. And just like that, we go down 1-0, and we're going to have to score 2 goals now to win the league. And that's going to be a tough ask at Anfield. And really the first chance of the game, Liverpool come out and score through the ex-Barca player, Frankie de Jong. But not too long after that, we'll look to hit Liverpool on a counter. And Martinelli is going to be targeting Trent on that right-hand side for Trent. And Martinelli scores, ties it up. Not long after, Martinelli, the young Brazilian speedster, absolutely blinds Trent with his pace and gets a goal back. Now it's Ben White pushing forward, makes a tackle, but he loses it. Diego Jota now, late in the first half, backheels it to De Jong. De Jong, what can he do with it? Hits it to, who was that? Nunez, and Ramsdale manages to fall on top of it and saves a certain goal there as we look to survive through to half-time. But can we get a late opportunity here? Bellingham to Milinkovic-Savic. Finds Martinelli right on half-time now. Will we get a last chance? We play it to Jesus. Jesus shoots, but it's blocked and it goes out. And that's it, going into the second half now. 15 minutes into this half. Saka, what can he do? Haven't heard much from him. White crosses it back post to Jude Bellingham. He heads it, but he can't get enough on it. Didn't connect cleanly, and it bounces over the bar. And Martinelli gets stopped there by Trent. But we get it to Rice. We thread it through to Jesus, who scores. The linesman's put his flag up for offside. A massive call there. And we get denied by inches. But we're looking for the lead again here. Through to Saka, one-on-one, but Alisson gets a hand to it. A miracle save there from Alisson. And he could have just won them the league there with that save. But it's going to be Liverpool now going forward. They find Fabinho. Fabinho crosses it. Falls to Jota, to Darwin. I slide in, he hits the post. But the refs awarded a penalty for the tackle. Very, very unfortunate. Normally they don't pay stuff like this because it's well after the shot's gone. As he hits the post. But the ref's given the penalty. Of course he would have said Anfield. Salah shoots. Ramsdale goes the right way, but he can't get there. Salah with the perfect penalty. Unsavable, really. I think Ramsdale might have dove a tiny bit too late, which could have cost him. And now like that, we have to score 2 goals in 5 minutes to win the league, and it's looking very unlikely. As Gabriel clears it, but we get caught on it. Salah scores another, and he's basically sealed it now, and it's looking like we are going to go down here and not win the Premier League, as Liverpool look to be wrapping things up now. We did bring on the subs. Smith Rowe sprays it out wide to Saka. Saka, what can he do? Goes down the byline, cuts it back to Calvert-Lewin, who gets one back. But with only about 1 minute remaining, we have to score 2 still. And it's just not going to happen, unfortunately. And from kickoff now, Salah's just going to hold on to it. We go sliding in. Gabriel, Diego Jota. They're just making a mockery of us now. Keeper saves it and it ricochets off Tierney. And that sums up the whole season, really, the back half of the season. An own goal from Tierney to finish it off. We lose 4-2. And that's going to be the end of the match. Liverpool get their revenge for last season, as I believe we beat them on the last day of the season last year. And we tried to do the same again this year, but unfortunately we weren't able to get the win. And Jurgen Klopp and his side Liverpool win the Premier League. And yeah, it was a crazy, crazy game. Lots of potential game-winning shots and saves, but it just wasn't ours. Wasn't meant to be. And Salah was too good as we lose 4-2. And I'll be back in a moment. Just need to go take a walk after that result, to be honest. But you'll see here the stats. Liverpool did probably deserve to win the game, but it was pretty even. 8 shots to 9. The XG, they had 1 more XG. So probably a fair result. But I thought our squad was good enough to win it. But looks like we'll have to make a few more changes going into next season. But make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed, guys. And let me know some players that you think I should bring in next season. If we actually keep our job, you see our manager status in the top left-hand corner there. It's getting frighteningly low. I'm a little bit worried there. You see there, this is the end of the season table results. It's going to be Nottingham Forest, Watford. Who was at the bottom there? I think it might have been Sheffield being relegated. As we go into the stats, Jesus wins Golden Boot again, even though he played 10 less games than second place Nunez. But I have switched to 4-minute quarters, so maybe next season it won't be as ridiculous. But with our players all getting better, I wouldn't be shocked. Saka leading the line for assists in the Premier League, followed by Ødegaard and a few other Arsenal players making their way into that leaderboard as well, down below. Clean sheets, Ramsdale finished 6th on 7 clean sheets out of 37. Wasn't too far away from first place. Wasn't as many clean sheets as I was expecting. But you see here, we're going to look at our squad stats now. No surprise for Jesus scoring the most goals, basically doubling our next highest in Martinelli. And then Saka, Savic and Ødegaard really contributed from the midfield, which is good to see. And then Smith Rowe, Calvert-Lewin was great when he made the move over to us. And assist-wise, it was Saka, Jesus, Ødegaard, basically the same players, just in a slightly different order. But yeah, going to be looking to move on from possibly a few players who I don't really want to sell, but I feel like we have to, because if I'm not going to play him that much, I feel like it's the thing I should do. But you see here, player of the Premier League is announced it's going to be Liverpool's Nunez. A bit unlucky for Jesus, although I guess he did only play 2/3 of the season. The team of the season, or team of the tournament, I should say, not one Arsenal player made the team, which is a disgrace. We finished 2nd in the league, and you're telling me we couldn't get one player in? That's just bias in my opinion. You see our youth academy, got quite a bunch of players in there, and a few obviously aren't happy. They want to get promoted, so I'm going to be doing that, and then I'll send them out on loan next season, hopefully. But this is our career summary so far. 106 games played, 126 games played, 84 wins, 21 draws, and 21 losses with a very good goal differential as well. You see our stats for this season. Made it quite far in quite a lot of competitions, but only won the Carabao Cup. No Manager of the Month awards either, and obviously no Manager of the Year awards. Biggest signing, Jude Bellingham on 76.5 mil. I believe Declan Rice was our highest before that, but Bellingham broke that. record, and he's been pretty good this season, but I'm expecting a massive season from him next year as he plays a lot more games. And you see there the FA Cup was won by Chelsea over Tottenham. We went out in the semis. We won the Carabao Cup, as I said earlier, beating Tottenham. So Tottenham made 2 finals, lost them both. Classic Tottenham. And then just going through the other competitions here, Champions League, it was actually Dortmund on penalties over Barcelona. Crazy result there. Dortmund doing better than Bayern. You see there, we went out in the quarters, obviously, very disappointingly. And then Europa League was actually won by a big club in Manchester City, beating PSV. You see some other big teams are in that competition as well, like Juventus. And then Conference League was won by Marseille. And you see the other teams that were in that. Chelsea were actually in the Europa League, but they beat Valencia in the final. Marseille did, that is. But you see our results there. Second in the Premier League, winner of the Community Shield and the Carabao Cup. So I guess 2 trophies for the season technically, but was expecting more. But yeah, that brings us to the end of the season and the episode, guys. And I'll see you in the next one for Season 3 of this Arsenal Career Mode. Thanks for watching. Peace.